Well, hello boys and girls, welcome to another Tuesday Club. A quick reminder of what Lois told us about last week when she told us about the Holiday Bible Club Light that's happening very soon. So on Sunday the 11th and Sunday the 18th of April, we're having Holiday Bible Club Light. Everyone from Tuesday Club is welcome to come along and to bring a parent with you. All the favourite bits of Holiday Club are going to be jam-packed into an hour of singing and games. Plus, we're really excited to hear what Anne Benton has to tell us about Henrietta the herring gull this year. I hope all your parents by now have had an email about Holiday Bible Club Light, but if not, then please go and pester them, make sure that they've got it in their diary to bring you along. Well, it seems, girls and boys, doesn't it, as if we've only just got back to school and now we're thinking about the Easter holidays, which is just around the corner. But before we get to the next instalment of the life of Jesus, on that very first Easter, we've got some singing to do, we've got a game from Lucy, and then after the story we have some crafts with Joe. So let's get going.
Time for some singing, boys and girls. Let's start with Don't Build Your House on the Sandy Land. Lovely. Well done, boys and girls. Next up, God's people aren't super brave. Remember the actions? God's people aren't super brave superheroes. They don't have muscles from their heads to their toes. They're not gladiators. That's easy to see. In fact, it's amazing. They're just like you and me. Sometimes scared, scream, shaking and a shivering. And then let's realise we've got God on our side and he can do absolutely anything. Quick run through of the actions there. I can't do them because I'm playing guitar. So you guys are going to have to do them at home. Let's give it a go, shall we? God's people aren't super brave superheroes. They don't have muscles from their heads to their toes. They're not gladiators, it's easy to see. In fact, it's amazing. They're just like you and me. Sometimes scared, shaking and a shivering. But let's realise we've got God on our side, and he can do absolutely anything. God's people aren't super brave superheroes. They don't have muscles from their heads to their toes. They're not gladiators, it's easy to see. In fact, it's amazing. They're just like you and me. Lovely singing. Time for one more. Let's do I am the way, the truth and the life. That's what Jesus said. Where's it from? John 14 verse 6. Make sure you get the actions in. Without the way, there is no going. Without the truth, there is no knowing. Without the life, there is no growing. Ping. Get the ping in. Let's give it a go. I am the way, the truth and the life. think we should do it one more time, boys and girls. I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's what Jesus said. I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's what Jesus said. Without the way, there is no going. Without the truth, there is no knowing. Without the light, there is no growing. Ping! I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14, verse 6. Well, I'll see you in a bit for some more singing, boys and girls. Bye for now. Hi, boys and girls. It's time for the game again. This week, it's traffic lights. So, let's go through the actions again first with the pictures. But when we play the actual game, we'll be really mean. No pictures. See if you can remember all the actions. So, first picture. Green light. What do we do at a green light? Well, we can go. So we're running, jogging on the spot. Get yourself warmed up. Nice, okay, I think I'm ready to go. Right, next up, amber. Amber light. What do we do at the amber light? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What was that? Oh yeah, you're right, it's walking. Just walking on the spot, that's fine. Okay, great, we can do that. Red light, stop. You could even do a funny pose. Stop. Okay, brilliant. Okay, red light, that's good. We know that one. What's this? Speed bump. Got to jump. I think we can do that. Great. Okay, next one. Roundabout. That's a spin on the spot. Whoa, try not to smash into anyone, because we don't want to do that at a roundabout, do we? We want to just go around ourselves. Great. Okay, next one. A bridge. Well, you've got to drop on the floor and crawl. I mean, I was crawling, but you couldn't see, could you? Okay, well that's fine. We know we need to crawl at a bridge to get under. Next up, oh gosh, not one of these again. It's a traffic jam. We'll hit a traffic jam, right? Slow-mo. Oh, it's painfully slow, isn't it? Everything is just so slow in a traffic jam. So we're just gonna slow. Well, hopefully then we'll get a green light after. We can just get back to our pacing and running, jogging. But you never know. You never know. Right. So that's a traffic jam, slow motion. Brilliant. Next up, Pelican Crossing. What do we do for a Pelican Crossing? We fly, of course. You can even make some squawking noises if you really want to. Nearly missed the camera then. And finally, a zebra crossing. What do? We gallop. We have to gallop if we're zebras, right? So, have you got all of those? I'll join in the first round to remind us of what we need to be doing. Then I won't show the actions and we've got to see if you get it right. So, first up, green light. Jogging on the spot. Ooh, we can do that, can't we? Yeah. Nice. Get warmed up. Nice. Okay, amber. Well, we're just gonna walk on the spot. Red. Which way that's taking a long time to change. Oh, green. Okay, we can run again. Brilliant. Pelican Crossing. Fly, everyone, fly. And what we're gonna do next? We're gonna go back to green. Okay, that's fine. Jogging on the spot. Speed bump. Whoop. That slowed us right down to an amber. That's what speed bumps do, right? They slow us down a bit. Sometimes we take off when we go over our speed bumps. Back to green. Oh, jogging on the spot. And there's a zebra crossing. Gallop. Great. So it's a long one, so we're going to keep galloping. And stop. Red light. And walk again. It's amber. It's a bridge. Whoa. That was me crawling. And we're back to amber. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well I think you guys have smashed it. I think you know those actions. I'm not going to join in this time. See if you can remember what the actions are. No way of judging it, so judge it amongst yourselves. Here we go. Green light. What do we do with green light? Hopefully you're jogging on the spot. Okay, amber. Just walking. Nice. Pelican Crossing. Wouldn't it be funny if there was actually a pelican just crossing the road? Well, there we go. Back to green. Red light. It was one of those extra long ones you find for roadworks. Okay, a roundabout. Another time around the roundabout. And a bridge straight after the roundabout. Oh, brilliant, we can get back to normal driving. Green, running on the spot. Hope you're feeling warmed up now, boys and girls. Really get into it. Okay, let's go. Green light. Extra fast green light. You've put your foot down a bit too much, you're on the motorway. Green light, go, 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 go. Sprinting on the spot. Red light. Amber, you're just walking. Still on the motorway, so traffic jam. Uh-oh. It's getting really slow in the traffic jam. Oh no. Oh, traffic jams are such a nightmare. Oh, when will it end? It's not going to end. It's going on forever and ever. Oh, we got to the end. Okay, green. Okay, keep jogging. Keep running on the spot. Okay, we're turning off the motorway now, so we're going to have to go to a walk. Amber. Oh no, but there's a red light. Short one this time because we're going on to a roundabout. Oh, wow. Okay, keep driving, so we're going to just walk for a moment. It's an amber light. That's fine, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, well, we've hit some speed bumps. Oh, there's one. We're going to just walk in between. There's another one. Speed bump. Great. Keep walking in between. Amber. Right, now we've got 3 speed bumps in a row. Let's go. Right, and we've actually had to stop now. Red light. And we can amber again. Might be going through a village now. Just a bit slow, you know. Amber, just walking. And we're going to have a final, oh, we're getting to the edge of the village, so we're going to have a final green light. Are you ready? Here it comes. Here comes the green light. Ready? Okay, green. Let's go. Running on the spot. Running on the spot. Ooh. Keep going. Right, we're getting on a big long road now, so we can go extra fast. Green light. And stop. Red light. Okay, and breathe. Anyone else stop breathing on the red light? It's a bit dangerous, actually. I maybe need to rethink that one for next time. Well, that was a fun game of traffic lights, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. You can even keep playing it if you wanted to let off a bit more steam. See you later. Bye. Well, I've got my guitar, boys and girls. So it's time for some more singing. Let's sing one we haven't sung for a while. We did it a lot at Holiday Bible Club, so get your maps. It's time to sing God's Map the Bible. You've got to get your teeth in for this one. There's lots of tricky words. Let's go. in. I nearly didn't. Let's sing another song now, shall we? One that we started learning a few weeks ago, and that is Lift Up Your Voices. Great singing, boys and girls. See you soon.
Well, hello, boys and girls. Remember last week, Joe introduced us to a group of women that were witnesses to all that happened when Jesus died. They were just some of many, many witnesses that Joe talked about. Remember in last week's story, Jesus dying was all part of God's plan. It wasn't just that God knew about what would happen because he could see the future. It's that God had actually planned everything to go this way, and everything was working out exactly as God planned it all. But Jesus dying wasn't the end of the plan. It wasn't the end of the story. Let's hear what happened next. Well, Jesus' friends were sad. They would never see their best friend again. How could this have happened? Wasn't Jesus the rescuer? The king God had promised. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Yes, but whoever said anything about ending. Just before sunrise on the third day, God sent an earthquake and an angel from heaven. But when the guards saw the angel, they fell down in fright. The angel rolled the huge stone away from the entrance to the tomb and sat on it and waited. Well, at the first glimmer of dawn, Mary Magdalene and some of her friends, the other women, headed to the tomb to wash Jesus' body. That was the custom that they did in those days. The early morning sun slanted through the ancient olive trees. Drops of dew glittered on the leaves and the grass, little tears everywhere. The friends walked quietly along the hilly path and through the olive groves until they reached the tomb. Immediately they noticed there was something odd. It was wide open. Well, they peered through the opening into the dark. But wait, Jesus' body was gone. And there was something else. A shining man was there with clothes made of lightning. Don't be scared, said the angel. Remember, we talked about this before. Every time an angel appeared, the first thing they said generally was, don't be afraid, because people are very afraid when they see a real angel. Well, the women couldn't help it. They probably screamed anyway. Well, the angel asked them, well, what are you doing here? This is a tomb. And tombs are for dead people. The women couldn't speak. Jesus isn't dead anymore, he said. He's alive again. Well, their hearts leapt. And then the angel laughed with such gladness that they felt for a moment as if perhaps they'd woken up from a nightmare. Well, some of the women rushed away, but not all. Mary Magdalene stayed behind. How could it be true, she thought? Jesus was definitely dead. They'd seen that the soldiers and the others put him in the tomb. How could he be alive again? Well, just then Mary heard someone else in the garden. Perhaps it's the gardener, she thought. He'll perhaps know where Jesus' body is, if he's been here. I don't know where Jesus is, Mary said urgently. I can't find him. But it was okay. Jesus knew where she was, and he had found her. Mary, he said. Well, only one person said her name like that. She could hear her heart thumping. She turned around. She could just make out a figure. She thought she was perhaps dreaming. But it wasn't a dream. She was seeing Jesus. Well, Mary fell on the ground. Suddenly tears filled her eyes. Great sobs probably shook her body. All she wanted to do at that moment was just cling on to Jesus and never let him go. She held on to his feet. But Jesus said, no, Mary, you can hold me later. And you'll never let me go later. But now you need to go. You need to go and tell the others that I'm alive. Well, Jesus had given her a job to do, and she did it. Off Mary ran. Perhaps she'd never run like that before in her life. Perhaps she felt she could run forever. Perhaps she felt that her feet hardly touched the ground. Perhaps she felt that the whole of creation was with her as she ran along. Everything new, everything fresh. Jesus was alive. Perhaps it seemed to her that morning that everything had now been made anew, and all of creation was singing with joy with her as she ran along. She couldn't wait to tell the disciples. She couldn't wait to tell Jesus' other friends. Surely they wouldn't believe her. And of course, at least at first, they didn't. But why is this important? Why does it matter? Well, boys and girls, the world we live in is broken. It's broken because of us, people. Even young children know it, really young children. They have arguments and fights. They experience other children being nasty to them, and maybe they're nasty back. We know things aren't as they should be. The world isn't as it should be. And it's much worse than global warming. The world is broken because we have broken away from God. We want our own way, not God's way, not anyone else's way. We just want our own way. Now, if you're not sure about this, then perhaps tomorrow you can try doing everything that your mum and dad says, everything that your sister or brother wants you to do, everything that your teacher wants you to do at school, perhaps everything that your friends want you to do at school, and you'll put them first and don't ask them to do anything that you want to do, but you always do what they want to do. So have a go at that and see how you get on. It's a really simple experiment, but we want things our own way. But God's plan is to put everything right. He wants us back with him. He wants to mend our brokenness, our sin. We talked about his plan earlier on. His plan is for Jesus to live how we should have lived. And then for Jesus, when he died, to get what we deserve for all the things that we've done wrong. So if we trust in Jesus' death for us, not just believe that Jesus died, but believe that he died for us, and we ask God to forgive us and change us and make us more like Jesus, then God will. He'll give us new life that isn't broken and that ends up with us going to be with Jesus himself. But how do we know? Joe told us last week about all the witnesses, and there were lots of them. But we also know that as well as being a history book, the Bible is absolutely crammed full of prophecy. And what does that mean? That means God telling people in advance what's going to happen in the future. And then if the thing comes true, well, you know that it's real, you know it's from God. And God talks about that in the Bible. He says, if people say things in my name and they don't come true, you know that I haven't really sent them. But all that happened to Jesus when he was alive, and all that happened when he was killed, and when he rose again, that was all prophesied hundreds of years before. And it all came true exactly as it was said, even down to what would happen to Jesus' clothes when the soldiers crucified him. There are so many prophecies in the Bible, and they all came true exactly as the Bible says. There's only one thing left. There's only one thing left to come true that's prophesied in the Bible, and that's when Jesus comes again. And that hasn't happened yet. And that's the thing that we're waiting for. That's the one thing that hasn't yet come true in our time. Well, boys and girls, with all the witnesses and with all the evidence and with all the prophecies coming true, if we believe them, if we believe Jesus and we believe in Jesus, when Jesus comes again, as he will, he'll take us with him to be with him forever in a place that is so amazing that the Bible says about it, you cannot even begin to imagine how fantastic it will be. Well, thank you, boys and girls, for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks so much. Right, Tuesday Club, time for our final thing, and we're going to have a go at a quick craft. And tonight I wondered if we could have a go at making an Easter garden. Now I've already started, so I've got a silver foil tray. You could have one of those, a pie or a quiche, a circular one. I just happen to have one from the chicken that's rectangular, and I've put in there a yogurt pot. You see my yogurt pot, and I've filled it with mud and compost. I'm not going to expect anything to grow in there. I just want to be able to use it. And I found a nice big stone that I can roll across my cave entrance, because we're going to use this to be like a picture to remind us of what happened at Easter. So actually I'm going to have my stone here to show that the tomb was empty. I've got a few little stones. I thought I might make a little path up to the tomb. That's where maybe that's where Mary had come to have a look and see whether Jesus' body was in there. And I've also collected from the lawn, I've got some moss, and so I can spread it out on the mud and then make it look, I'm just really trying now to make it look pretty. So I'm going to cover the mud so you can't see it with some grass and moss and things. And then if I keep it a little bit watered, the moss should stay green and it might last all the way up to Easter. I found some pretty little bits of blossom as well, so I thought I would stick those in my garden, and hopefully they'd look a little bit, maybe a little bit like trees or something like that. So I've got that, and to remind me of what happened before the tomb was empty, I've collected some sticks, and with them, and I've also got some of those food ties or cable, the metal, and I'm going to break a straight bit of stick and then a slightly shorter bit of stick, and I'm going to see whether I can make a cross shape to go in my garden, and then I'm going to twist the metal. You could try it with string, I just think string can be a bit fiddly, so this was my way of making it a bit easier. And then I'm going to twist it round so that it stays, and then I've got a cross shape to remind myself that Jesus died on the cross because he loved me so much, to take away my sin. There we go, and I could cut that off. I'll just twist it out of the way for the minute, and I can stand it in the corner of my garden, and you could decorate it with other things. Maybe you've got some little play people you could put there visiting the tomb, and that's just a little idea. So this is our last Tuesday Club before the Easter holidays, and it's been great having you with us. We hope you've loved hearing all those stories from Matthew's Gospel, and we'll look forward to seeing you back on YouTube next term. Okay, bye for now.